Switzerland is well known for many things. Swiss chocolate, Swiss watches, Swiss cheese, secret Swiss bank accounts. But Swiss wine? Most people don't even realize there is such a thing as Swiss wine. The Swiss certainly don't make a whole lot of wine. Only about 1 million hectoliters. A drop in the bucket compared to France's 42 million or Italy's 48 million hectoliters. And Switzerland only exports about 2% of its wine. By comparison, Italy and Spain each export about half of the wines they produce. So, according to just about any metric, Swiss wines represent the height of obscurity. Yet, nearly 40 indigenous varieties grow in Switzerland. So what better place for my obsession with enigmatic grapes to take me? I immediately fell for Switzerland's most planted grape, Chasselas. Chasselas, some say, is the perfect wine for 10 o'clock in the morning. Others say it's the perfect wine to drink when you're really thirsty. I found both of these notions to be true on my second morning in Zurich, ordering a glass after my croissant and coffee at a sunny cafe table in the medieval Old Town. I can report that Chasselas is the perfect wine to follow a double espresso and goes down way too easily. By 10:15, I'd ordered a second glass. The Swiss love their Chasselas, even though the rest of the world mainly just eats the grape or turns it into juice rather than wine. Chasselas wines are often described by non-Swiss as bland, soft, or neutral, and they're often demonstrably low in acidity. I always get a shock when taking my first mouthful at how low in acidity it seems, once wrote esteemed British wine critic Jancis Robinson. The best Chasselas offers the drinker a unique drinking experience. Dry, delicate, a little chalky, a tiny bit salty, a smidgen floral, and sometimes even milky or smoky. Swiss wine critic Chandra Kurt describes the acidity of high-quality Chasselas as just the right amount, and by right amount, I mean inconspicuous, adding that it's a wine of modesty and understatement, like Switzerland itself. It's hard to convey just how important Chasselas is to Swiss culture. José Vuillemot had told me the year before at the raclette dinner in Sierre. You have Chasselas at a wedding, at a funeral, to close a business deal, to make a political compromise. At all occasions you have Chasselas. He added, with a wink and a laugh, except for food. My second glass of Chasselas was from Valais, where I'd been with the Wine Mosaic crew a year earlier. In Valais, the grape is called fondant, and grows especially fine near the town of Sion. A century ago, Fondant de Sion was one of Europe's sought-after wines. James Joyce, who loved Fondant de Sion when he lived in Zurich, affectionately, and a tad pervertedly, called it the Archduchess's urine. Ernest Hemingway, always particular and exacting about drinks in his work, wrote several stories set in the Alps in which his characters call for a bottle of Sion. In A Movable Feast, he writes about drinking Sion wines amid wistful, regretful memories of his first wife, Hadley. In Across Country Snow, young Nick Adams, Hemingway's autobiographical stand-in, orders a bottle of Sion with his friend George near the end of a skiing trip. After the German-Swiss waitress has trouble with the cork, "Those specks of cork in it don't matter," says Nick. The Sion wine serves as the catalyst for the mood shift from boyish banter to something gloomier, the passing from youth into the world of adult responsibility. "Wine always makes me feel this way," he said. "Feel bad?" Nick asked. "No, I feel good, but funny." I was feeling similarly funny. Maybe it was the second morning glass of Chasselas, or maybe it was the skinny, pungent cigarillo I'd lit and was now puffing, the one I'd bought from an old-fashioned tobacconist, Tabak Ladeli, across the river from the Rathaus, near St. Peter's 14th century clock tower. Or maybe it was because I was rereading, puzzling my way through, really, Rainer Maria Rilke's peculiar, often impenetrable The Notebooks of Malte Laurid's Brigge on my iPad. Or maybe it was simply Zurich. I hadn't been in this neighborhood for more than 25 years, since I was 19, traveling with a friend from Vermont named Sarah, a copy of Rilke's Letters to a Young Poet tucked in my backpack. I'm not normally a smoker, so perhaps I'd bought the cigarillos at Tabak Ladeli today because that's what I'd done way back in 1990.